But we still have, let's say, a good 20 minutes to ask questions and interact with our guest speakers. So as I mentioned at the very beginning, please raise your hand if you have any questions to ask here. We already have one. So Joe, and another one I see there. Okay, Joe, if you don't mind, I start with, I start from here 1 sec, and then we go to the living room in Kathmandu.
Yeah, hello, I'm Christine. I'm an artist from Latvia. And I do have a question for, sorry, male artist, the other one.
Manish.
Yeah, you said that you are working with communities and you are like really bold statements that you are empowering women. Would you please elaborate how are you giving back to community, which in these kind of projects, when you collaborate with community, are a bit of ethically tricky thing? Thank you.
During this period of time, like when I was working with the committee and like working with a woman, especially during the knitting project, it was like kind of a very good experience because uh, that was the time when so much of devastation in Nepal due to the earthquake, and like that sentiments really helped us out to work together, you know? So that connected with each other. So after thinking about the process, I was like thinking of, oh, okay, we will work together and we give them a kind of a job, you know, to create this whole entire piece. So we've been like really like though so much of financial burden was there, but I put my financial portions to like pay them actually. You know, we've been paying them to create the whole piece of work. So it's like project based work. So like we've been like supporting them in that manner. Like it's not like not like charity. It's like always been working together with so many community with like very professional process of working. So like they've been giving like we've been giving us kind of a project and like for example, let's say if somebody's given 50 meters, so they make 50 meters and we give them some sort of stipend for that, you know. So the cost what they have, what they need. So I just given them that kind of support we've been doing. And later on, like also during the exhibition also, you know, these people were like, they came to see the exhibition and it was no more stocks for them. It was like completely different project, you know. So that's become kind of a very good experience. And they were also surprised to see them when like they found the whole big project and it's been traveling to so many different countries and they feel really privileged to have that kind of experiences. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Joe, I saw you have a question there. So if you can get that.
Yes.
Yes.
Loud. Okay. It's a question for you.
Do you want to come close to the
Yes, please, so we can also hear the question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. I love both artists. I really didn't know in depth all the work, but my question is for you. First of all, congratulations. I really thank you for bringing beauty to the world, that you too, Manish. And I was shocked and impacted by your first work you show, the labels.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The labels. And my question is, I cannot see in that work the redemption for the human. I cannot see, but for me, labels are also affecting men. But the redemption, I cannot see any redemption in that work of all labels, which is all, there's no way out. I cannot see a way out. Maybe
right.
I would like to ask if you can feel or show the way out I saw in the work of the cans. That for me is wonderful work because I also related to Andy Warhol, the Campbell soup. So for me, that relation is totally unavoidable. So my question is, where can I find, okay, the receptor can find redemption in the work of the labels?
Okay, so there is, as you said, there is
No way out.
no way out. Because I want to still on my 40s, I want to way out of that. I'm still not getting that. Because when I do something here, still thinking not one time, not two times, 100 times to do something. But I really want to bring out the way out. Maybe or maybe not. On my next exhibition, you will see the way out. This is the next step. So that will happen in Kathmandu very soon. Very soon means like you really have to wait like 1 or 2 months as well. So, but I really want to, as I have explained before as well, what if we were brought up like being a human being, not being labeled like being a female or being a male? But I know the society is such a structured that there is a male label also, but I can't talk about that because I haven't experienced that as well. And also I really want to put it a little bit on it because I put only being a girl and being a daughter, because for us also, if you have a energy or if you have that much rebellious in your younger age or in your adult age, you can come out, you can find the way out as well. So I didn't put like being a mother or being a sister-in-law or being a wife or being even a daughter-in-law, because there is a way out if you want, or if you have that courage to like come out of that space, right? And also being a single, I am single, so I can't talk about which I haven't experienced. Like I am not a mother, I haven't experienced as a sister-in-law or daughter-in-law. So I put only these two labels because those are the two labels that we were brought up from our childhood. And those are the things that totally set in your mind that, as I said, even you are doing these things, like feel like you are rebellious and you are doing such a thing that comes out of that boxed, but still you are in that action. And when I see not only myself, when I see my surroundings, my female friends or whoever is working something totally different, still there is a back of their mind that hits a lot. So because of that, I only put those, and for sure you will see the way out on my coming exhibition. I think that is the second part that I was waiting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have one question here. Grab one of those. Is not to.
Hi. Okay. Sorry. Hi, my name is Jin Min. I'm an exhibition curator, and I have a question to Bidhata. Bidhata. I was really impressed by all your work. It seems like you've been asking existential question to yourself like nonstop, and you were showing your journey of finding yourself and your identity as a woman or as a daughter, whichever you are. And I felt your constant manifestation of labeling yourself. So I figured out that you were keep putting those. Well, I have no idea if you did it on purpose or not, but there's symbolically speaking, there was triangular shapes that keep appearing in your work, like a regular triangular shape as a masculine, which could be interpreted as a masculine figure, and the form of womb, the upside down triangular shape as a feminine figure. So I was wondering, like, what is did you finally found what is your identification through that, or you want to leave it there as a so every spectator can imagine whatever they want.
First of all, thank you for appreciating my work. Did you hear that? No. Okay. Can you please put it like what she said? Because I understood.
So yeah, I'll just do a quick recap of the question.
Right.
Was I think the question is
About the round work.
It's about the round work, the triangle in the round work, and have you found your sense of identity? Is that correct?
No. It's about totally masculine, and others' works are totally more about finding my existence as a female. And this is actually, I haven't realized. Thank you for putting another layer on that work, actually. This is the work trying to find out my existence as well as all of us, because it's not about masculinity or femininity, but it's about what we see all the time here in Kathmandu Valley, because as you have experienced, like while we were talking about how traditionally still influenced our society is, and also just now I have realized that the triangle shape about the masculinity, because the society is patriarchal, still the triangle shape is more like on that notions, but the triangle shape of that is totally meaning that giving the space for the deities. There's nothing another layer on that. And as I told you that I'm more fascinated to these old houses, that how this house connects to us still in this gentrification era. It's like all the old houses that connects to our past is like vanishing. And I really want to, like, even I see those old houses, I really feel connected. And I feel like if those houses are gone, or if those temples are gone, how we connect our past, how our new generations, like, even find their existence from our past, and how they like become, right? So on that notion, I created that. But I don't know how to tell you that, but there is no masculinity. It's not intentional. It's out of my interest, like seeing those spaces, those structures that I feel connected, and I find my existence as well in those. So I created that. But thank you very much. I think I have explained you, but thank you very much that finding a different layer in that. I'll think of that as well again, and I'll do more research on that to if there is anything masculinity is there. But I think it's just the triangle set that's the sense of the place of divinity, like where the god resides, kind of thing that triangular shape is.
Thank you. Okay, Joe, you can take your
yes, Gareth,
question
would
there.
you like to just come down and ask?
My question is also for Bidhata. So it's I guess you did a lot of work on identity.
Yes.
And I'm epileptic, and I've been having seizures every month for years. Okay, so a funny thing happened to me last week, which was I was told by the neurologist here that I've been misdiagnosed and I've been given the wrong medication. So I'm going to get switched over the next 8 weeks, and he's saying those that part of my identity will disappear. And you were talking about in that work of your hand how it's you were defined by it, and I'm kind of scared. I don't know how I'm going to see myself going forward, because actually a lot of my work as an artist is based on this space that I fall into, and now I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to be. So I just maybe if you could talk about how I don't like calling it disability, but how how that has influenced you in your life, and can you imagine if it would be taken away, where you would be, where your art would move to?
I think no, I think I can't imagine without my hand on this mid days of my life. As I told you, it becomes my identity, and which I am actually proud of.
Yeah.
And I'm not less than anybody else.
Yeah.
I think I'm more than anybody else as well on certain level. So I don't know how do I say, but and also from my early career of in art till now is like constantly somehow it's not forceful that I'm bringing the existence and identity, but it's constantly coming in my work. It's like individual to like cultural identity to even social identity in my work. But maybe because of saying I'm saying that this is my identity as well, and which I strongly feel, but still on other side which I feel very inferior by social norms. It's not only because of my hand as well. I'm a female. And how culture like gives us that limited space to explore and exist ourselves as well. Because of that, I was constantly trying to finding whichever way I can bring that.
Yeah.
So because of that, also, I don't know. And also it's always for me is finding new things, finding challenge. Even it's a repetitive thing, sometimes it's also again kind of a challenge for me to bring out those things. And also in a very simple, not being an artist, but being a simple person as well, to like, see myself in a society that is made by complete figure. Like it's always constantly trying to find yourself. It's like you don't feel confident all the time. Even the complete person doesn't feel confident all the time, but there is another layer that adds to me is that like my hand, that frequently questioning myself, as well as because I'm not questioning, but because of the environment that I am questioning myself.
Yeah.
And also another layer is I'm a female. So that gives you a lot of pressure. And that gives you a lot of, like you said, what happens next? It's always there. And I think because of that, also now I can say I have created a lot of work that gives you energy to create something out of those a thing. So yes.
Thank you. We have time for one more question only. Sorry, time is really running. Any questions from here or from your living room or from the virtual living room?
Sergio has a question from our living room. Sergio, if you can come over to the microphone.
It's for Manish, this question, although it applies to both, of course, because both of you talked a lot about spirituality, deities, transcendence, which is very common in the Nepalese art. No? The tradition is very present, always religion. And so the question is a more theoretical question, existentialist question, and also a provocative question. Art is the sublimation or transcendence of time and space. Consequently, then it is the sublimation of death. For what is death but the consequence, the effect of time and space? And what if there was no time and space? is there a place where there is no time and space? This could be the spiritual life, or the spiritual side of our life is a place without time and space. The heaven or nirvana, if they exist, also could be places without time and space. So in these subliminal spaces, does art matter? Would art make sense? Is art possible in these subliminal spaces, in these ethereal places, in these spiritual places? And consequently, what is your understanding of the meaning, significance, and purpose of art in this context?
Thank you very much. You have 2 minutes to answer this question. No, because it's a very, thanks a lot for the question from, this is my comment from here, but it's a super complicated question.
Yeah,
2
it's very
minutes.
complicated.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll try to answer. I just don't try to answer it, but I just want to like talk about this because I've been working on spirituality since the early period of my career, and like that that becomes so important part of my art practice also. So spirituality is always in our norms. Actually, in Nepal, when you talk about the cultural values, it's all about spirituality. We always talk about life, and at the same time, when there's a life, there's a death also. So that's so real, and we can't deny the death. So we've been talking about that as well because we've been also practicing that. And when I talk about my work, if you see my endless knot, it's like always like there's a life and death and the reincarnation of it. So it's like always comes in a loop, one loop in a life, and that's what we believe. That's a belief that we have in our culture. That like there's always a life after death. That kind of belief is still here in our practices, especially in Buddhism. So having said that, I'm not only talking about that because my work is also have a time and space, because whatever I created, like these are like I created the time, I created the memories. So like without that memory and time, we can frame the time. We create whatever we created. We created a time frame with the work, and we are talking about the past, and always like that will remain even to the future. Like as someone was talking about the Andy Warhol, that we are still remembering Andy Warhol, who is again a past. So art always be in a time and space that will always constantly evolve in a time and space that will come again and again. So in my understanding, that's what like art is about, that art will exist like a breath. For me, art is like a breathing, it's like it's a breath. Like without breathing, without that values of that existence, that doesn't really come into the practice. Therefore, it's very important to have all these time frame, because we are creating a time, we are creating a space, and even in the future also, this will remain in the future, I believe. So this is what I understood about your questions, and like this is what, it's not an answer, it's just a thought that I've gone through.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Joe, I think at this point we can say class dismissed. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We are clapping from here. Thank you.